Hello, I'm Catherine Yarbrough and the founder of Speakers with Heart and one of the facilitators for the On Purpose Woman global community. Welcome to today's Connections Over Coffee gathering. I'm so glad that you're here, whether you're here on Zoom or watching us through our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. We have the amazing Dr. Heather Tucker, a great speaker who is here with us today. She's going to be talking about mastering the art of coaching for deep level transformation in business and in life. So, not only is Dr. Heather one of my friends and colleagues who I love and adore because she's just so Zen-ish often. She is a business life harmony trainer and coach. She supports entrepreneurs who are stressed and overwhelmed to increase their calm, confidence, and cash flow. We love our money. I love money. I'm globalizing that you love money too. Anyhow, we're going to hear from her today. She's going to inspire us. I have no doubt. Are you ready to take it away? Unmute yourself.
Yes, I am so ready. Oh, Catherine, it's so good to be here. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm really excited and looking forward to our conversation today. So, I'm going to be talking about mastering the art of coaching for deep level transformation. And we had an amazing conversation before you pushed the recording on why what is coaching? Why is it something that's important? And a little bit of a nugget on what people's thoughts were about coaching. And I wanted to have this awesome conversation because coaching, especially when it's done correctly and in the most amazing way possible, saves and transforms and shifts lives. It's about transformation. Like, why coaching is because it can support people in bridging the gap from where they are to where they want to be. And the cool thing is that regardless of what is going on, what is happening in life, a lot of times, every time we're going to another level of something, whether it's achieving a goal, whether it's creating more harmony in an area of life, wherever we're trying to get to, progress happens much faster when we have coaching and support and accountability. And a lot of times there is a disconnect on what coaching is. So it was interesting. We wrote the Power of Coaching book collaboration a couple of last year, volume two. And I led this collaboration because I want the word coaching to be known as a household name, even more so than therapy, because coaching allows us to be able to move forward. Now, as an entrepreneur, one of the things that I usually recommend is having some coaching skills, because a lot of times a client will come to you and they want a particular service, but there could be something else that they're struggling with that is getting in the way, and they can't really move forward unless they actually start unraveling what's going on. For example, I remember when I hired one of my first business coaches, and there was a lot of stuff going on in my life that was preventing me from actually working and implementing the things on my business. And it was interesting because she was a little frustrated because I wasn't able to achieve and accomplish the things that we talked about. I was a little frustrated because I'm like, what the heck is wrong with me? And then I realized, like, oh my goodness, I didn't necessarily need as much her support in business as I did on this life side. And then when I was able to get that resolved, then business became so much better and so much faster, and I was able to implement. So, um, typically, like I said before, most of our clients are coming to us and they come for one thing, but there might be something else underneath that if we can be able to support them in breaking through for whatever that underneath thing is, then how amazing successful will they be as they're actually implementing the things that they came to us for. This is why I talk about life harmony, business and life harmony, really creating peace on all sides. So I have a great acronym that I'm going to share with you that spells out the word coach. But before I do that, I want to tell you a little bit more about what we had said about what coaching is. Coaching is really that accountability partner, that support system, your number one, like, best cheerleader, right? As you're going to achieve your goal. Now, and usually we can get coaching from friends or family, but that might not be as beneficial as having a beautiful non connected party that is actually an expert in coaching that can be super helpful. And it's interesting because let me just tell you a little bit about what coaching is not. So, it's not advice giving. It's so interesting because after certifying about 400 coaches to date, all different backgrounds, all different genres, it was this part about we think that coaching is advice giving. And what happens is, have you ever tried to give someone advice and then they follow it? Maybe, maybe not. There's probably a little bit of resistance in giving them or in the advice that you've given them, but guess what? They will always follow. They will always follow the wisdom that they get within themselves, right? And the beautiful thing about coaching is being able to hold the space and allow the client to be able to get their own answers. One of the things that I usually see in this coaching arena, because there are just so many different coaches out there, all different kinds, is positioning yourself as the expert. And for facilitating deep level transformation, I put on my coaching hat, who is the expert? The client, not me. I'm just a tour guide, right? So we want to be able to put that part in that understanding that we are as coaches facilitating this, and the client is the expert, and we're helping them navigate to be able to get the answers out for them. Now, there's always a place of when we are the expert, right? Whether we're sharing a message on Facebook Live or YouTube, or we're putting our expertise out there. But one of the biggest things that can get in the way when we're coaching is that sometimes we get the goal for deep level coaching is to be fully in the model of the world of the client. Oftentimes it could be things that are going on in our world that may be getting in the way, or we may be able to be thinking about, but how can we really be able to hold the space and activate our presence power so that we can be in the model of in the model of the world of the client? This is where we want to think about two things: total, I guess the word is total health. Total health is energy, mental, emotional, physical, right? Spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. So most of the time we think, okay, being in the client's model of the world is being able to understand what is their mindset around the challenge. But what if you could be able to start understanding what is their heart space around the challenge, and even what is their energy that is happening around this challenge, and even how are they holding the resistance in their body? So, deep level transformations, facilitating deep level transformations, allow us to, first of all, be totally present and be able to see what's happening spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically with them. What's going on in the conscious and the unconscious mind. See, with coaching, it is a win-win situation. It's a win for the client, it's a win for the coach, and it's also a win for the entire world. It creates this ripple effect. One of the things that is also really powerful when we're in this coaching arena, anytime there's a challenge that the client is talking through and going through, as you're helping them facilitate and get clarity on what's going on and what actions and how to be able to move forward, there's also a message in it for you as the coach. Now, of course, it's not the time to dissect the message while you're in the coaching session, but we usually want to have a little bit of time after to be able to say, what was the message in this for me? The beautiful thing about coaching too is that it always, like, as you're being of service, you are also going to another level of being able to more understand about your inner world. So, one of the reasons why I always recommend that entrepreneurs become coaches is because you're able to then give them both what they are coming to you for, what they want, and also what they need at the same time. It's like being able to provide a total holistic approach to being of service to them. And as we think about, what does this entail? I'm going to get ready to give you five acronyms for the word coach. But as we're going through these, know that you don't have to have it all together and have all the pieces as a coach. Like being able to ask those right open ended questions, stepping into your intuition and your trust and your congruence and your belief to facilitate transformation will actually make the transformation happen even faster. I'm going to give you an example. Um, when I was certifying coaches, there's this nice little like 3 questions loop. It's called like a coaching loop that I introduce coaches to. And it's just simple 3 questions. You're repeating, you're going through this process. And so they try that out and then they come back. So in one class, I believe it was in Orlando, I introduced them to the coaching loop. Okay, we're going to try this out. And everybody's like, okay, yay, we're going to do it. And there was one lady in there, and her belief was, man, this isn't going to work. I don't even know why are we doing this? This was her belief going into the exercise. So we come back from the exercise and everyone's like, oh my goodness, they emptied out. It was so good. Some people got their breakthrough right away. This little thing works really well. And then she said, well, I didn't get any transformation. I don't even understand like what everybody's talking about. This was not, this just didn't work for me. So here's what's interesting, right? I asked her, I said, what was your belief about the activity when you went into the exercise? She's like, well, I didn't really think it was going to work. Oh my good. Okay. Okay, cool. And whose model of the world were you in? Were you in your model of the world or were you in the client's model of the world? Yeah, I was a little bit in my world because really didn't think this was going to work. Okay, cool. So then I explain the activity or the awareness of it is so very important to believe and be in the model of the world and have total belief and total congruence that you will be able to facilitate this transformation. Why? Because your energy, your thoughts, and your beliefs will trickle into the experience. So let's go ahead and try this again. Right? It's like, okay, I want you to release all of what you believed about it before and be fully present in there, like holding the space, being fully present. So that I sent him off to exercise again. She comes back and she's like, oh my goodness. I had no idea how my thoughts and my energy and what was going on with me was blocking the very blessings of the transformation that they were going to have in this experience. It was such an incredible experience. I learned so much about me. They learned so much about them. Okay, I'm ready for the next set. So in this part of coaching, we want to know, and you want to know that your beliefs, your thoughts, your energy, your emotions, they trickle into the entire process. And this is so why we must have that presence power, that total health, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical alignment, so that we can hold the space in the best way possible, fully believing that once they say that I want to, what they want to achieve, we can already have that picture and image in our mind, body, heart, and soul, and enjoy watching them step into it. This actually is what makes coaching really, really easy. So I'm going to go ahead and share this acronym. I want you to put down the word coach. The C, and these are some of the things that coaching will definitely bring to the success of you and your client and even your customers. The first is C. C is for clarity and calm. clarity and calm. There's so much power in clarity. And I say this because a lot of times most of us have learned how to operate in chaos or operate in overwhelm or operate in confusion and uncertainty. Especially as an entrepreneur, when we got so many ideas, we have so many things that we want to do. Clarity and your calm confidence. Confidence is the other C, but your calmness. See, the beautiful thing about when you are calm and congruent inside, you can shift and create transformation with just your presence alone. You don't have to say anything. Your message doesn't have to be loud. It's that part of people love to be able to be in your presence because it's this inviting energy in of calm. And it's the beautiful thing about coaching, we only got to be a step ahead of the people that we support. And then eventually we'll be like multiple steps ahead. And the beautiful thing about coaching is that you can see how far you've come. And then you can be able to show other people the way. The O, the O stands for overcome obstacles. Overcome obstacles. Oh, why is this so important, especially in this coaching arena? I always would tell my clients and my students, in order to be a successful and awesome coach, it is so important to be coached, to have that support. We a lot of times can't see our blind spots. Now, I don't recommend like having a coach all the time, 24/7, but when you know that you got some challenges and obstacles and you want to be able to break through free from them, it's important to be able to have that support. Overcoming your obstacles actually breaks free from any conflict of imposter syndrome. And that imposter syndrome is different. There's a difference between how we show up out there versus how we feel in here. And when there's total like freedom of obstacles or challenges inside, then we can just show up and like, this is who I am. There's no conflict. I like my background is in IT, so there's this term called WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. And I like to say what you see is what you get and more. And all challenges, all obstacles have resolution. They start with you. It's so funny because a lot of times in coaching, it may be where your client or potential client are seeing all these external challenges. And then when they start working on these internal breakthroughs and challenges, then all of those external challenges just shift. The A stands for accountability and awareness. The beautiful thing about having and being that coach and being that example is you're able to hold them accountable. Most of the time when we're going after a challenge or we're going after a goal, there's going to be these things that come up that may cause us to procrastinate, to like avoid it, right? With coaching, it helps get you back on track, right? Helping them keep moving forward. And this part of awareness with coaching, especially through the emotional intelligence framework and the energy intelligence framework that I teach, is that part about the awareness that they can step into their own empowerment. See, we are the captain of our ship, the master of our fate. But a lot of times we can be blown away by the wind. You know, with all this stuff that's happening in the world, it can take us down and our mind can focus on that versus focusing on, oh my goodness, this amazing calling, this amazing purpose that everyone is given, and helping them see that they have the power to shift things. And so do you. How awesome is that? Okay, the next C stands for confidence and consistency. Being able to have the confidence total confidence that you can facilitate transformation or that you can be the example of transformation and consistently take inspired action to do so. One of the things that happens, there's this thing called the terror barrier. So, like, for example, this was by Bob Proctor. And basically, we got a goal. We got a goal. We want to get to freedom. And here we are, we're going towards this goal. We're getting out of our comfort zone. And then we start encountering this terror barrier. The closer we get to this, the more that it's a likelihood that we want to just revert back to the comfort zone. But when you're able to facilitate deep level transformations, and when you're able to also support and step into your consistency, we're actually leaning in, letting go, leaping forward over the terror barrier and stepping into our freedom. So what does that confidence and consistency do? Guess what? It does. It brings more cash flow. It brings more cash flow. I think that one of my favorite things that I love about coaching and being that change that you wish to see in the world is that there's a beautiful reciprocity that comes as a result of that. And and here's the thing, as a coach, you're in a league of your own. You got your own uniqueness. And you can say, "This is who I am, world." And then you stand like the lighthouse leader that you are, and then the right people come to you. Or you get the divine inspired hit. Hey, I should reach out to this person. Hey, I should connect with this person. It's like a beautiful thing because then there's this co-creation and you're totally supported and you're never alone. And guess what that leads to? The H, which is harmony and happiness. Harmony and happiness. Happiness is an inside job. Oh my goodness. How many times do we get caught up with like giving our happiness away or our power away from something external? When you create it from the inside, really also even from above, and let it be in the inside, it becomes this like generator inside of light that it can't help but to come out. Because we're living our calling, we're living our passion, we're living our purpose. So this part of being an entrepreneur and not only giving them the products and services that they're coming for, but even being able to provide them with a deeper level transformation that creates a beautiful, permanent, lasting legacy and a solid foundation with them for them to stand on and shine and soar. The best answers, all resources are within you, all answers are within the client, and being able to help them be able to empty that out and see what's in there for themselves, there's nothing better than that. My friend, one of my colleagues, Ben Goya, he works with authors writing books. He said, "A light mind is the right mind to write." And it's interesting because a light mind, a light heart, is the right mind and heart to lead, to coach, to be the one that changes things. And there lies the beauty of having these deep level transformations. So it's not just about the mindset. It's not just like a lot of times we think, oh, okay, we just got to elevate our mindset. That's great. There's only one piece of the total health analogy that I shared with you: elevating our heart space, elevating our body, elevating our energy. And with your presence alone, things shift. So I want to know, it's almost like for a little moment, we want to tap into what's going on in the heart space. So just put your hand on your heart, everyone, and just close your eyes and just take a deep breath in. Mm. And I want you to just ask your heart which one of these acronym or letters spoke mostly to you. Is it the C for clarity and calm? Is it the O for overcoming obstacles? Is it the A for accountability and awareness? Is it the C for confidence and consistency? Or is it the H for harmony and happiness? And just feel into your heart. Allow all those mind monkeys to drop right down into your heart. And just ask your heart, what do you want me to, what message do you have for me to say? Which one of these spoke mostly to me? Because when you operate from your heart, that is your aloha. This is your unconditional love. It's the heart that makes everything even more effortless. Allowing that expansion, allowing that part to be seen, heard, and felt. Give your heart a little bit of permission to shine. It's safe for me to be me. And in that, you will see that it's safe for other people to be them. And there's a beauty in being the change that you wish to see. Just take in that message with one more breath. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come back into the room. All right. So I want to hear from you. Like, which one spoke most to you? Oh, go ahead.
Wow, that was just so amazing. We're going to do a discussion once we wrap up this recording. So, oh my goodness, y'all, if you're willing to unmute yourself, please do so. And let's just give Dr. Heather some wonderful love.
Hey.
Thank you for all of those inspiring thoughts. So I really appreciate you for being here and sharing everything that you had to say. We are going to, those of us who are here live, are going to have a little conversation. But if you are watching the replay, thank you for being part of this vibrant, supportive, and purpose-filled community. If you'd like to join us live, go to opwgc.com and sign up. And also, you'll find out about our On Purpose Woman magazine and other things going on. So until next time, stay inspired, stay authentic, and stay connected.